Welcome to Kids Express.
Join us as we see kids express their love for Jesus
while developing their character.
on Kids Express!
Thank you for joining us here on 3ABN's Kids Express. Today we're going to meet two brothers and their little sister who enjoy sharing their faith in a very special way. And I like what they're doing. I'm Aunt Francine.
And I'm Steven. Shall we do Where in the World?
Yes.
Can you guess where in the world today's guest comes from? Can you identify what state this is? If you guessed Oklahoma, you would be correct. Let's welcome Arthur, Maxwell, and Clara.
Welcome! All the way from Oklahoma. I'm so glad you're here. What did you bring?
Fried okra.
Fried okra? Wow. Do you like fried okra?
Yeah, I don't know. But I've never
We'll
tasted
get to
it
try
before,
it. Do you
but-
like it?
Yes.
Yes? So Maxwell, you can also put that over here on the table. I know you've got something and you'll talk about it here in just a little bit, but I'll put it right here and you tell me when you want it, okay? All right. So tell us a little bit about Oklahoma.
Oklahoma means red people. Oak means red and Homa means people. So that altogether means red people.
Red people. So is that where the Native Americans were living? Is that why it came with red people?
Yes.
Very interesting.
Yeah, they have the most Indians.
In the,
Native Americans.
Very interesting. Anything else about Oklahoma?
And the Oklahoma fruit is a strawberry. And the Oklahoma animal is a buffalo.
Wow, buffalo. They can be big animals, aren't
Yeah.
they? They're bigger than cows, a little bit bigger than...
Yeah. They're
Yeah.
a cousin to cows.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of bison there too, isn't there?
Bison, buffalo.
But I think bison are even bigger, aren't they? Yeah, that's kind of interesting.
And they take care of their young bison, but they put the younger kitten people inside, and then they put a wall around them, and so when a predator comes, they'll
Protect them.
Yeah, protect them.
That's interesting. Anything else about Oklahoma?
Shopping carts were first invented in Ardmore, Oklahoma, when owner of a store decided that he wanted to build shopping carts for his customers.
Oh, and now we all use shopping carts, don't we?
Yeah.
Because we want people to buy a lot of things. If we owned a store, you want people to go shopping, right? And so you can't carry it all. So that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. So tell us how you're sharing the love of Jesus. I know you have a special ministry with your delivery personnel.
Yes. So we play piano, we sing for the National Family Retreat, we sing for church, and we sing for the nursing home once a month. And we created this ministry called Boxman Ministry to share books and snacks with the delivery drivers.
Is that what this is about?
Yes.
You want to show us what's in there?
Yes. We had a snack. And we had a book.
Steps to Christ. Very nice.
We also had a craft.
Oh, crap. It looks like you have a little lamb there.
Yeah.
Who made that?
Me.
Oh, Claire, that's really adorable.
And this, if you put your fingers in, it'll be the legs.
That's clever. I like that.
And then we also had a track.
A track. Very nice. That people
Signs of the times. Yeah.
that people can read. Very nice.
So, how did you come up with the name Boxman Ministries, and how did it start?
It started during COVID when we wanted to start our own ministry. And the name Boxman Ministry, it was because we were little at the time, so we didn't know what to call them, and we called them Boxman because they would bring boxes to our house.
Ooh, that's clever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice.
So how did you decide what to put in there, and what kind of things were you thinking about?
We just wanted to start our own ministry, so we just kind of wanted to we started with just Mama's cookies and little books, but Mom said she got too tired of it, and then she had to buy a big box like.
That's a lot of cookies, isn't it? I think we have some pictures. May we show some of the pictures? So this is your ministry. And then we have some other pictures.
Nice logo.
Yeah, how did you come up with the logo?
Mama sent some pictures and someone just put them up.
People praying.
You praying. What's happening here?
That's one of the stories. That's a guy from a story that we're gonna tell.
Oh, you can tell your story now. Go ahead.
Okay. So there was this Boxman that one time he came. He came to our house and we prayed. We weren't praying that time, but we gave him a bag. Then we asked for prayer requests, and then he left. Then another day he came back and said that he was having a bad day that day, and we had brightened his day.
That's very nice. And I think we have some more.
And he also told his family and his work and on Facebook.
Wow, so you were sharing the love of Jesus, and that spread and blossomed, didn't it, to other people? I think we have some more pictures. Can we see some more pictures over there? What's happening over here?
I had an accident with fire.
Uh-oh.
And there's a candle in my room.
Oh, no. So that was a big deal?
Yeah.
Did the fire department come?
No.
Oh, phew. So it wasn't that big of a fire, right? Yeah,
Well,
we don't
it
want to play with
was.
matches or candles, do we?
It was really big, like.
Yeah, and is there any other pictures?
Oh, yes.
Oh, what's happening here?
Oh, I'm giving one a Boxman to I'm giving a Boxman bag to a guy at the
Store?
at the gas station.
At the gas station.
You're traveling here.
Oh, when you were coming here, that's even special. So no matter where you go, you have some on hand.
Yep.
That takes some planning. And what's happening in this picture?
That's at our booth. A booth at National Family Retreat.
A family retreat. Very nice. So, yeah, that's wonderful how each of you are taking part in your Boxman Ministries. Did you have a question for them?
So how much money did it take to get all of the things in the Boxman Ministry bags?
I don't actually know. I don't know.
So your parents save up to actually do this. So you have to thank your parents because that is a ministry that they're participating in, even though you are out front sharing that. So tell us a little bit about how you are developing your character. What kind of thing would you say that all three of you are working toward to be more like Jesus and following his character? What would that be?
Reverence.
Reverence. You agree? Reverence. So tell me why you chose reverence as a character development trait that we need to work toward.
Because I have a hard time with reverence.
What do you mean you have a hard time with reverence? I didn't notice that. Show me. Give me an example of a time when you have a hard time showing reverence.
During long sermons.
During long sermons? I'm glad you're being honest. Do you know I even have a hard time with long sermons? Now, I have to tell you that our church sometimes goes a little bit longer than your church. I don't know about you. And I had the opportunity to watch these three, and they were very reverent during the whole time. That's kind of hard to do. So how do you stay reverent at church?
I try to meditate on his words and try to work on them myself.
Yeah, and for me, for some reason I like the sermons, even though they're like 2 hours or something. But it's very hard because like people are talking to me in church. Like we talk, we whisper, and we have to remember that we can't talk too loud, or people are gonna be looking at us. Like once our pastor was saying something funny, and I laughed too hard, and he was looking at me.
Oh.
And then I felt embarrassed.
and then you felt embarrassed. But you're right. We're talking about reverence, but is it always just at church?
No, you can also be reverent to people who are older than you.
Sometimes at church for me, it's sometimes helpful to write down some of the scriptures that they might be talking about, writing or drawing a picture about the sermon. Sometimes it's helpful to do something or think about what they're doing, but meditating is really hard to do. What's another time that you feel like you need to be reverent? Do you have a situation?
Yeah. Like one time I opened my eyes during the prayer, And after, my dad asked me if I opened my eyes, and I said no, and I got in trouble.
Oh, because he knew you were lying.
Yeah.
He could tell you were lying. You know, your parents know you very well. Yeah. But why do we close our eyes?
Because we want to be humble and we don't want to be distracted by the other things.
Mm-hmm. We don't want to be distracted, you're right. You know, there's a story in the Bible where Moses, remember when Moses was coming to the burning bush? Mm-hmm. What did God tell him to do?
Take off his shoes.
You're right. Mm-hmm. And so was Moses wanting to be reverent toward God?
Yes.
Yes, he realized that he was on holy ground. Mm-hmm. And so we need to know, sometimes you hear the Bible text and we hear the word fear. Mm-hmm. Now, in the Bible, when it says fear, it means respect.
Reverence.
It doesn't mean to be afraid, like sometimes you talk about in the Bible, you know, Mary, do not be afraid. But in this case, fear the Lord means to be reverent. Mm-hmm. Let's look up 1 Samuel, and I think it's 12, verse 24. Can you read that for us?
Only fear the Lord and serve him in truth with all your heart, for consider what great things he has done for you.
So God has done some mighty great things for us. So we shouldn't be scared. We just want to show reverence because he's done so many awesome things. I think it's time for a question.
This question goes to you, Aunt Francine, from Ikisha, who lives in Georgia. She asks, how does the Bible explain the Big Bang Theory?
Iksha, thank you for your question, because this is a very interesting question that stumps a lot of young people, even adults. But truthfully, the Bible doesn't say anything about the Big Bang. We know for certain that God created everything from the beginning. God created the heavens and the earth was without form and void, and the darkness was on the face of the deep. We learn more about Genesis about the 6 days of creation, and on the 7th day he blessed it. I'm so glad that God is clear on how the universe was created.
Me too.
As Christians, we believe that God spoke creation into existence. Everything we believe about creation is found in the Bible, and we must choose to trust the Bible over man-made theories. Mm-hmm. If you believe in the Bible, can you believe in the Big Bang?
No.
It's difficult. You cannot do that, can you?
Because if you have a TV and you have it and you say, okay, just lightning just crashed on it and then boom, it's a TV.
You're right. Now, there is a difference between adaptation and evolution. Now, we don't believe in evolution because we believe God created it, but adaptation means, like, sometimes there's some species that make adaptations, like a bird. Some species of birds will have a beak that changes over time so that they can get the seeds out of a fruit, for example. And so that's a difference than evolution, right?
Yeah, because evolution says that everything just came in, lightning, boom, and then like something happened. But adaptation is that the birds themselves change the beak so that they can...
Well, and over time, maybe the beak changes. You're right. Mm-hmm. But you know, I'm so glad that we have so many creatures because I love learning about creation. Mm-hmm. Don't you? Mm-hmm. I do too. And thank you so much for your wonderful testimony about what your Boxman Ministries is doing, because I think all of us can do something. We can all reach people in our community like that, can't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I hope that inspires us, because that inspires me to reach out for people that I may not know and just leave them a little gift, right? We can all do something like that. Thank you so much for sharing with us, and we hope you'll join us on the next Kids Express.